staying hyper focused really is an art. Focusing is an art in itself. And these experts in productivity, they really are onto something with their tips and their tricks and things that you can do to stay focused, to be able to push productivity, to be able to push your gaming performance if that's what you seek, your education, your work performance, and all other aspects of life.
Transmission received. Authorization granted. Welcome to the video.
What's up, dreamers? Hope you're having a fantastic day or had a fantastic day depending on where you are in the world. And I have to let you know that you are awesome. Welcome to Driving and Vibing. What is the vibe today? Whoa. The vibe, I want to talk about staying hyper-focused. Tips to stay hyper-focused, like super focused, to be able to find success in gaming and in life, of course. If you want to become a professional streamer, if you want to become a professional gamer, if you want to reach that potential job, if you want to apply and get that job that you've dreamed of, you would probably have to focus for that. Education, definitely have to focus for that. So I'm going to go over a couple of tips to be able to do that. And I'm going to start out with a little story. We like story time, right? When I was competing Counter-Strike, my mind was all over the place. I can contribute that to a little bit of ADHD, but I also, my focus was there, but it was not 100%. I was not 100% focused, and that was a big issue. I would compete in these games, and I'd be distracted by my phone. I'd be distracted about things that I would need to do or feel I had to do, things that were sitting in the back of my mind, and that became a problem. So the first tip, one of the best tips I can give anybody, one of the best tips that I learned, is to always keep a notebook with you. A little tiny notebook and a pen, obviously, or a pencil, something to write with. A little tiny notebook with you at all times, especially if you're playing video games and you're competing or you're streaming. So what you do with the notebook is, if a thought comes into your head like, oh, I forgot to wash the dog, I need to take the dog to the groomers, whatever. If you don't write it down, your brain's gonna think that you have not executed any action towards that, okay? And if you write it down, your brain's gonna be put at ease. So if you write it down and just write down a little note, dog groomer, right? Now you're gonna put your mind at ease. Your mind is more than likely not going to touch on that again, because it knows that you have that piece of paper that you have wrote down and you've taken a step toward that action. And this little trick has been proven to work. All you got to do is write it down. If you have trouble sleeping, we're going to get into sleep. That's the next tip, the next best tip. If you're having trouble sleeping, have this notebook on your nightstand, right? And if you're having trouble sleeping and your mind is racing at night, write down your thoughts. And I guarantee this works for me. I use my phone at night because I don't have a nightstand. Long story. So, I can't really just keep a pen and paper, but my phone sits tucked in my bed, like underneath. And I write it on my note. So you can do that too. Just be mindful of using your phone though. I have blue light blocking glasses. I tend to use those at night at all times with any screens. Be mindful with the phone though, because if that blue light hits your eyes for too long, it could promote awakeness. Okay. But you can write some notes down on your phone as well. So when your mind's racing at night, just write down, things that are on your mind to try to ease your mind, and your mind will be put at ease because you have taken action toward those, quote unquote to-dos, right? The next tip is going to be sleep. I'm not going to dive into this fully because I make a lot of videos about sleep, but sleep is very important. If you're not getting restful sleep, if you're not getting good sleep, your mind's going to start to wander. Your cognition is going to start to slow down. Your ability to think straight, which means your priorities, your ability to prioritize is not going to be, very good. And of course, you're going to get tired. That's going to drive hunger. There's a whole saloon of kind of, backfiring issues that go on when you're at a lack of sleep. And of course, I'm going to touch on the drive of hunger again. You might eat carb-loaded foods to get that energy. That's where you're going to get that boost of energy from. And you'll get that glucose crash. So you'll get that spike and then that crash. That's typically what happens when you eat overly processed food, high carb, high sugar foods. And that's not going to help your focus either. So write down your thoughts. Tip number 1 is write down your thoughts. Tip number 2 is Try to get your sleep schedule on track. But 2 best tips I can give you for just remaining focused, for improving and touching that hyper focus that you need in life and in gaming. Thanks for watching. I appreciate everybody who does watch, and I appreciate those who hit that like button. It does help out the channel. And you know, if you guys like this, if you're not subscribed and you like the content, please subscribe. It really does help out the channel. Contrary to popular belief, I actually don't know if it does or not, but if you could subscribe, that would be nice. If not, hope to see you in the next video anyway. Later, dreamers.